What is leadership? Leadership can be described as the action of leading a group of people or an organization. In this presentation, we will study a case of two well-known leaders to find out what made them such a good or bad leader. An example of a good leader was Johan Cruijff. Johan Cruijff was a Dutch pro football player and football coach. Worldwide, he is known as one of the best football players of all time. After 20 years, he stopped playing football and continued his career as a football trainer. As a trainer at FC Barcelona, he put together a team that is known as a dream team. After his career as a trainer, he set up several socially involved institutions that focus primarily on young people and sports. There can be concluded that Johan Cruijff had a very successful career all his life. The question is, what made Johan Cruijff such a successful leader? In this video, we will give you 5 factors that contributed to Johan Cruijff being a good leader, namely authentic leadership, seeing the talents of all the individuals, supporting team cohesion, personality traits, and of course, great accomplishments. Factor 1. Authentic leadership. His leadership style could be described as being authentic. Authentic leaders are those individuals who are deeply aware of how they think and behave and are perceived by others as being aware of their own and others' values, moral perspectives, knowledge and strengths, aware of the context in which they operate, and who are confident, hopeful, optimistic, resilient, and high on moral character. Authentic leaders are able to improve the engagement, motivation, commitment, satisfaction, and involvement required from followers to constantly improve their work and performance outcomes. Johan Cruijff was authentic because he had a clear, unique vision about how football should be. This vision of the game was very innovative at the time and ultimately led to a big change in football. In Dutch, the term for his vision was called totaalvoetbal. It basically meant that every player on the pitch had a unique role in the squad, but all the roles combined of every individual player would work as a whole. So the individual qualities of each player only played a small role in the team. This also included that players should take over the roles of other players when needed to make sure the team would still be capable of working as a whole. Johan already put this vision into practice when the football players were young and still playing in youth divisions. He, for instance, let the players switch roles on the pitch. By doing this, he prepared the squad to be able to play totaalvoetbal at any time. Number 2. Acknowledge the talents of all the individuals in the team. Authentic leaders recognize and value individual differences and have the ability and motivation to identify people's talents and help them build those talents into strengths. Johan Cruijff was aware of the different talents of the individuals in the team. He said, "The players who correct the mistakes of the prima donnas are just as important as the prima donnas. They may be even more important because they facilitate that mistakes can be made." Seeing the different talents of the individuals was what contributed to him putting together the dream team at FC Barcelona. He was very good at finding talent and putting these talents in the right spot on the football field. Focusing on people's talents is what gives people energy and contributes to a better performance. The definition of cohesion implicitly suggests that higher levels of cohesion are related to greater team performance. There are multiple factors that could lead to team cohesiveness, such as environmental, personal, team, and leadership factors. Research shows that creating a positive environment, giving feedback, providing social support, and training instruction are leadership behaviors that could improve team cohesion. Because of his vision of the game and introducing totaalvoetbal, he induced the team to be more cohesive. Instead of having individual players in a team showcasing their star quality, the team worked together as a whole. Every player fulfilled their role as a team member, always striving to work towards the strategy of the team. Factor 4. Personality traits. Research shows that there are multiple personality traits that could have a relationship with being a good leader. Kirkpatrick and Locke researched the possible relationship between key personality traits and the fit of those traits with leadership. Their results suggested that ambitiousness, or drive, is a personality trait that has the highest correlation with leadership qualities. The explanation for this was that drive would force a person to acquire a certain skill set suitable for the job and make them work hard towards their goal. This will ultimately lead to the likelihood of a leader to become greater. When Johan Cruijff was younger, he lost his father, and that was the beginning of an awful time for him. He was very competitive and wasn't able to sit still in classroom. He just wanted to play football and he always wanted to win. Johan Cruijff was always very ambitious about football. An example is that when he already stopped playing football, he was bankrupt and had to start over. But money wasn't what was driving him, it was the love for the sport. As he said, "I could earn more money in Europe, but I'm on a mission to make soccer in America big and show the country that's the most beautiful sport on earth." He was very ambitious about the sport and was even prepared to drive for hours to talk about soccer for only 10 minutes on the television. Factor 5. Great performances. Last but not least, Cruijff was a great leader because of his great accomplishments as a trainer. His career as a trainer started at Ajax. With Ajax, he managed to win the title of the Dutch National League twice in a row, in 1985-1986 and in 1986-1987. In 1986-1987, he also won the Cup of Europe. After Ajax, he became the manager of FC Barcelona. With Barcelona, he won the National League of Spain 4 times in a row. This was from 1990 till 1994. In this period, he also won the Cup of Europe twice. Because of these outstanding performances, he got awarded to be Worldwide Soccer Manager of the Year in 1987. Unfortunately, not all leaders are a good leader. We will now discuss Donald Trump and explain why he is a bad leader.